Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to get into community questions, and I got a question from Yellow6100 who said, can you make a video about what you would do right now if you had $500, $1,000, or $1,500 to put into a fresh new Splinterlands account? Or maybe 2 or 3 or 4 accounts? And what would be the best possible way to invest for the game across, say, 2 to 5 years? I'm going to answer that question today. But before I do, my name is Dwayne and I go by Infidel 1258 and I cover Splinterlands all day, every day because it's changed my life. And the reason it changed my life is because I understand what Yellow understands, which is this, that this game rewards people trivially in the short term, but over a long enough time horizon that can be meaningful. Those rewards can snowball and accumulate in a way that transforms your investment in a massive way. And so when he asks the question, what would be the best possible way to invest in this game for, let's say, gains in 2, 3, 4, or 5 years? I understand that he gets it. Before I go any further in this video, I want to make sure you get it also. This is not a short-term flip. This is not a short-term investment where we're going to get rich over 2 weeks or 2 months. This game is going to give you trivial rewards that will accumulate and appreciate over a long time horizon. If you understand that, and if you believe in the development team that are behind this game, as well as you find fun in playing this game, then I think this video is going to be interesting to you, and I encourage you to stick around. Okay, so I would definitely budget for a $500 investment, and I would definitely say multiple accounts. 3 accounts, $500 each, $1,500. But I'm gonna frame it as though it's one investment of $500 for one account, and that way, if people have $500, great. If they have $1,500, you just repeat the model. Here's what we would do. You have to start by understanding we are aiming at silver or better. Why are we aiming at silver or better? The game is cheaper to play at bronze, so why don't we just get many accounts at bronze? Bronze is, first of all, more boring, less technical, and therefore just overall less satisfying. So I don't aim at that, but beyond the entertainment side of things, the rewards are less meaningful also because you're going to get fewer loot chests per season. And the loot chests are going to provide better rewards at silver. How do they do that? There's a 50% chance that every loot chest at silver is going to be a card. 50%, 50. At bronze 3, it's a 10%, bronze 2, 20, and bronze 1, 30%. So you get significantly more cards in silver. That's the first important thing. Second of all, you're getting DC rewards, whereas at bronze, lower level bronzes, you're not. That's really meaningful. That adds up. And so it's best, it's even optimal more if you can reach into gold. Because when you reach up to gold, at the end of every season, which is 15 days, you're going to reset to a higher level of rank points. If you play in gold 3 at the highest level at the end of your season, you're going to reset to 1200, and 1200 would place you in silver 3 the next season. That's going to prevent you from having to grind out of bronze where you get crummy rewards. So if you can, gold is optimal. But today we're talking specifically about a $500 budget, and that's going to probably place us in silver 2. So let's aim for silver 2 with 40,000 power. In order to properly explore how we could do that, we have to go to Peak Monsters, where we can access the market and see what the values of cards are going for. So, as I always say, when you're building a deck, you need to start with summoners. After summoners, tanks, after tanks, carry cards, and last, supports. We'll explain each of those as we go, but we're going to start with summoners. So in the filters, you can go over and click on summoners, and you can see the cheapest ones. It's really important that you understand this. On this channel, we do not recommend you buy the overpowered meta monsters or summoners. We recommend that you look at the cheapest options first, because they often are going to unlock a more significant amount of reward for you because of the dollar investment they require and the ROI being easier to, I guess, maximize at that point, as opposed to some of the meta summoners and cards that are much, much more expensive, that are perhaps more powerful, like Jotun or Scarred Llama, but they just cost a fortune, so the ROI isn't there. Okay? So we never recommend those guys. We always say, look at the cheapest possible summoners out there first. Sloan is a great example. It's a good summoner. It's really kind of crazy that he's this cheap. And if you're going to be playing in silver, you're going to be needing 25 of these. So you can go ahead and you can just go bulk and you can add 25 copies. And you can see in the window that's going to add 500 collection power. And it's going to cost you 76 bucks. That's going to be 75 bucks. Let's see what else. Who else is in the same price point? Thaddeus is roughly 80 bucks for the same amount of cards. Tarsa is probably 100 bucks for the same amount of cards. And you're probably going to want 3 summoners. So I would say Tarsa, Thaddeus, and General Sloan. So that's going to be 150 plus another 100 is 250 for your summoners. Right there, you spend half your value. And if you did that, you're going to get, let's see, 25. Let's see how much collection power we would get right there. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to take the time and you're going to go through in order to better understand what that would mean right there for collection power. It's going to give you, it's going to give you 1,500 collection power, which is only 10% of what we need to make it to silver. We have 250 bucks left over. But we could do this. That would be a good starting point, and I would think about doing that. But I might later on decide, okay, I only want level 2 of Thaddeus and save that, 50 bucks or whatever that was. And you're gonna go back and forth on that until you finally end up with one really amazing splinter for the silver threshold and 2 that are relatively good but not optimized. Okay. And that was 1,500 collection power. Now we need to get into our tanks. So we're going to move into monsters. And you just are going to start at the bottom here. And I would recommend looking for the cheapest possible ones that can be possibly considered a tank. Since I chose Thaddeus, Tarsa, and Thaddeus, Tarsa, and Sloan, we're going to look at black, white, and blue. Is that right? Sloan, Thaddeus, and Tarsa. So red, white, and black, and neutral. Right out the gate, Pelicore Deceiver, Gargoyle Lion, Conjurer, Shadow Snitch. All these ones I'm listening to are tanks. Disintegrator, Riftwing, Chaos Agent, Chaos Knight. You're not going to need all of these. You're going to need probably 2 tanks for every one of your splinters. Okay? And you're going to want to shop them at the highest level playable. So if you have a level 4 rare Death Summoner, you're going to be able to achieve common monsters at level 5. So with Pelicore Deceiver, that means you're going to want 60 copies of this card, which costs 3 cents per copy. Okay? Understanding that is going to enable you to maximize the effectiveness of your monsters within the power limits of your summoner. Once you've done that, and you have 2 tanks, or maybe even 3 tanks for every splinter, you're going to look at carry cards. What's a carry card? Usually carry cards are epic and legendary monsters within the splinters that you are capable of playing. And they're cards that are going to specifically transform your ability to win. Epic and legendary cards are not included with the free standard cards that people get when they spend $10. So these cards are going to make you much better than the average player out there. And you're going to want to look for the cheaper ones first. Magic and melee are really often the best for carry cards because they can fight in the first position, and they can absolutely change the tide of battle. Jinra Nova is an excellent example. Lunakari Mistress, Harklaw because of its cost. Legionnaire, Jin Murat, possibly the hero from of Beyond. And you're going to go through and you might, whoever's your ace team, you're going to want to probably get a couple of these cards for that team. And then maybe 1 for each of your other splinters. And again, always trying to maximize the level of that carry card based on the maximum level playable with the summoner you own. And then you're going to focus on support cards after that. Support cards are cards that are going to provide either nerfs to your enemy or buffs to your team. Cards like Venard Crystalsmith that provides a tank heal. Cards like Scavo Hireling that provide a repair to your team. And so on. Those are two amazing examples of cards you probably want to buy. They're relatively inexpensive and they're also very helpful. Life Sapper is a great example. Venari Spellsmith. Pellicor Arbalist is not exactly a support monster, but it's one that I didn't mention earlier and that I would want to get, especially if I had Sloan. And you're going to go through and you're going to spend the rest of your $500 to the point where in this window, you're going to see that your collection power is exceeded 15,000 and you have now 3 functional splinters. If you can't reach 15,000 power because of under that price point of $500, tweak what you're buying. Maybe the summoners need to come down to level 2 or level 3. That's going to be a sacrifice, but it's probably going to enable you to buy more monsters, which drive up that power, the collection power of your deck, which allows you to reach into silver, even though your summoners aren't perhaps optimized for that level. One tip you want to look at is you want to look at gold monsters and summoners because they have more collection power per unit. And right now you can see some deals if you look at summoners. Let's go over to Salacia. So look at Verisalacia. One copy of Verisalacia, because this is a dice summoner, gives you 40 collection power. One copy of a gold foil Salacia gives you 2,000 collection power. 2,000 collection power divided by 40 is 50 times the collection power. Listen to this. Gold foil Salacia is providing 50x collection power. Is the price 50 times the price of the regular foil? No, not even close. And that's where value is sometimes going to be. There are going to be opportunities to buy to maximize the value you're getting out of the dollar you're investing if you're looking at alternative options, which might be atypical or a bit unusual. You know, if you're getting started, you might think, I can't afford 26 bucks. That's too much money. But think about the collection power and also understand that a level 1 Verisalacia gold foil is actually a level 2. So that's going to save you something also. A level 2 Verisalacia regular foil is going to require 5 copies at $3.20 each or $4 each. That's going to be 20 bucks for a level 2 or 28 or 27 bucks for a level 2 gold foil. So they're surprisingly similar in price point. This is a huge steal. We got a new sign up. Yeah, oh wow, we got a new member. MHH is here. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. So, gold foil Salacia right now is an amazing bargain. Amazing. The price to collection power on this card is the cheapest summoner in the game. And one way you can verify that is by going over here to compare and go to collection power to cost ratio. And you can see when you click on summoners, look at this. Verisalacia gold foil is the cheapest summoner in the game with a whopping 74 collection power per dollar, which is it's literally 50% more affordable than the next summoner in the game, which is crazy. So Verisalacia is a steal, and I would likely recommend you come in here and buy Verisalacia at level. Maybe you spend $100 instead of what we talked about earlier with these summoners. Maybe delete those. Let's go back to grid gold. Maybe you start with Verisalacia and you go, I want a level 4 Verisalacia. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a level 4 gold foil blue summoner. It's going to give you 8,000 collection power by itself for $107. And then you're going to add on top of it, maybe you add, these ones are a lot less power. The Thaddeus Chaos Legions, Verisalacia is a lot more power because it's dice. So there are no other summoners in the gold foil I would recommend. but I would recommend you come over to regular and you get that General Sloan we talked about. It can be another 75 bucks, and you get maybe Thaddeus or maybe Tarsa, you decide. And that's going to be 100 bucks, and that's going to be 75 bucks, and then Verislacia is another 100 bucks. So you're now up to like just shy of 300 bucks, but you're going to have 9,000 collection power. And this way you're going to get into silver. You're going to get into silver. And I would repeat that as many times as I could. Getting the summoners to level 4 as close as possible. Getting my tanks in order. At least one copy of a tank of an interesting tank for each of your splinters, preferably 2 tanks per splinter. Carry cards, getting 2 carry cards for your best team. In this case, it would be a blue team that we're building. That would be our best team. So 2 carry cards, maybe Oceanus and Nerissa. Those are epic and legendary magic cards that are good for the blue team. At the highest, making those carry cards be the highest level playable with your summoner. And then all the appropriate support cards to fill out your deck and to increase your collection power. And you might, at the end of the day, if you buy, say, $400 worth of cards, and you've kind of built a basic deck, it would be probably advisable to come back into the compare window and just buy some of the cheapest collection power in the game. I don't even care what it is. Exploding Rats, Gargoyle Devil, Naga Assassin, Seedsmith. I told you, I didn't even tell you to buy a green summoner, but why would I tell you to buy Seedsmith? It's just so cheap, the collection power to cost, that it's going to allow you to stretch your dollar, and it's going to allow you to build out that team and fill it up with the collection power you need to reach into silver. I'm confident you can get three accounts with 15 to 40,000 collection power that are going to be competitive in silver, and that are going to be garnering a maximum amount of reward for you. And again, on a 4-year time horizon, those rewards are going to be meaningful as they accumulate and then later appreciate because of their deflationary nature. I hope that makes perfect sense to you. That's what I would do if I were starting with $500, and if I had a $1,500, I would repeat that model as many times as I was able to, based on the cards on the market. And the collection power cost, as long as I'm able to spend $500 and make it into silver, for me, that makes sense. That's an investment that I think is a long-term winner. I hope this video was valuable to you. Yellow, appreciate that comment, my dude. Thank you for supporting the channel by providing video ideas like this. And next time you drop a comment, make sure you leave your in-game name so I can respond and give you a little thank you. Guys, thank you very much. Have an amazing day. God bless.